I'm going to share a small piece of my story, but this story isn't just mine, and so I have to thank my husband Ron, who is strong enough to be cool with me talking about it. I also need to thank my kids. It's never my intention to exploit them through the telling of our story, and only to help other people through what I've experienced, but those experiences also include them.
Are you okay, Mama? Sitting there?
Oh.
I did not grow up in the church. I was raised primarily by my mom, who was a strong, brave, and feisty woman. She was a bit of a hippie, and organized religion didn't fit into her beliefs. I was also heavily influenced by my maternal grandmother. She was the matriarch of our family. My mom passed away in 2009 before my dream of motherhood was even fully realized, and my grandmother passed away a year ago this week. Despite my upbringing, I became a Christian in high school. My husband and I got married in 2010 and wanted kids right away. After about a year of trying, we found that we couldn't get pregnant. Our society and church culture put so much emphasis on the thought of what if we get pregnant, and so little attention towards what if we can't. In processing this news, we chose to just live our lives together and redefine what we thought that would look like. But, as often is the case, God had other plans for us. In 2015, through the mercy of God and the grace of a beautiful friend, we had the opportunity to adopt our oldest daughter. Having a friend willingly allow us to adopt her baby, I began for the first time to understand the love that allowed God to sacrifice his son, Jesus. We fostered a son for 6 months before heartbreakingly reunifying him with his biological family, and we went through fertility treatments to bring our twins into the world and complete our family in 2019. Between the loss of my mother and the ways we struggled to build a family, for years, Mother's Day challenged me. Each year, I sat in a seat in church as those around me celebrated. I felt alone and so very unseen. And for years, as friends announced pregnancies and births, I felt simultaneous joy and heartbreak. When we were going through the process of our adoption, a friend gave me a journal with a familiar Bible verse on the front. Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the plans I have for you, plans for welfare and not for evil, to give you a future and a hope." It fit the narrative of our adoption after experiencing infertility, but I want to challenge you to look further. Thus says the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, to all the exiles whom I have sent into exile from Jerusalem to Babylon. Build houses and live in them. Plant gardens and eat their produce. Take wives and have sons and daughters. Take wives for your sons and give your daughters in marriage, that they may bear sons and daughters. Multiply there and do not decrease, but seek the welfare of the city where I have sent you into exile, and pray to the Lord on its behalf, for in its welfare you will find your welfare. Mother's Day is important and worth celebrating, but today may not be great for you. If you have never had a relationship with your mother, if you are estranged from her or no longer have a relationship, if you are helping an ailing mother and this could be your last Mother's Day with her, if your mother has passed away, if you want to be a mother and haven't been able to, if you are a mother and that was never your plan, if you are a biological mother but don't get to hold your baby, if you are a stepmother, foster mother, or adoptive mother and don't feel like one, if you've experienced miscarriage, infant or child loss, or loss through separation, you may not get acknowledged, and that's really hard. If you are in exile, if you feel alone, I can't promise that God will bring you out, but I can promise that He will be there with you. I can promise that you are not alone.